If there's one question that I've gotten more than any other these past few weeks, it has to be, why didn't they attempt to take the dinosaurs to Isla Sorna in the recently released Jurassic World Fallen Kingdom? Believe it or not, there actually is an answer to this question that doesn't require any encyclopedic explaining from a source outside of the movies. But before I give that honestly brief and historically canon reason, I think it's best if we go over the complete dilemma our protagonists face in this film to avoid any confusion on Benjamin Lockwood's decision to ship the animals to his new sanctuary. Hopefully, this video will be able to clear a few things up for those that are looking for an answer to this very popular question. To understand why Isla Sorna was never on the table for dinosaur relocation, we need to address Isla Nublar first. Many may find it odd that John Hammond chose to build Jurassic Park on a volcanic island, and if you only go by what characters say in that original movie as truth and nothing else, I can honestly see exactly where you may be coming from. But in actuality, Fallen Kingdom's inclusion of a volcanic nublar is something that has not only been played with in this franchise's canon before this 5th entry in the series, we'll get to that soon, it happens to be something that was present 3 years before the movie was released in Michael Crichton's original book. Now, that doesn't mean that the film's canon overlaps with the book universe, because, quite frankly, it doesn't. However, you'd be surprised just how important the writing about the volcanic novel islands are to later entries in the series. You see, the problem we face in Fallen Kingdom is that all of the dinosaurs are going to die unless they rescue the creatures from the inevitable volcanic eruption. The whole force moving this relocation effort happens to be the existence of a volcanic threat that could kill all of these dinosaurs. The goal of our protagonists is to capture and relocate the animals to a place where they will be safe from any further harm. Isla Sorna does not fit that description. Now, as stated at the beginning of this video, the reference for which I'm about to take this next bit of information from does not come from any outside source, such as the Dinosaur Protection Group website, the Mizrahi backdoor terminal, or even any press releases or promotional book material to supplement the films. No, the real reason they can't take the dinosaurs to Isla Sorna can actually be found in the Lost World Jurassic Park movie, the very movie that Site B made its first appearance in the film canon. You see, in that particular film, our character's survival is reliant on the existence of something that is presently threatening the existence of the dinosaurs on Isla Nublar. This happens to be the InGen operations building, which Peter Ludlow specifically states is run on geothermal power, which was never in need of any replenishing.
There's a communications center here at the old operations building. TIMAN ran everything on geothermal power. It was never meant to need replenishing.
Earlier, I stated that the presence of volcanic activity in the novel canon played an important role in the film canon as well, and I'm about to explain exactly why. Steven Spielberg's Lost World differs heavily from Michael Crichton's book version. Most of its characters and set pieces have been abandoned in favor of a story that sets itself apart from that 1995 publication. That doesn't mean everything was different though, seeing as many things were able to make it into its movie adaptation. The RVs falling over the cliff, Ian Malcolm's promotion to lead protagonist, and the presence of a Tyrannosaur family are just a few of the things that managed to sneak their way into the film. Another one of these is actually the inclusion of a geothermal power plant. Another geothermal power plant was later physically seen in Jurassic Park the game, which is actually counted as a pretty important piece of film canon once we observe its original material that made its way into the newest film. But before we go over that, I think it's important to talk about the Lost World just one more time. Now, the way our characters safely get off of Site B is by using this power supply to radio in helicopters for safe transport. Geothermal energy is obtained by harnessing the heat of hot water geysers or other forms of volcanic activity that can be found underneath the Earth's crust. Various places in Hawaii and Yellowstone currently use the energy generated by volcanoes as a clean and reliable source of power, just like Hammond. That being said, the Lost World Jurassic Park establishes Site B as a volcanic island that actually takes advantage of its volcanic properties and even weaves this reality into the film's plot once our characters take advantage of it and get off of the island. Now, Isla Nublar's volcanic activity was first observed in Crichton's original book, yet the movie version does not contain any direct lines of dialogue like The Lost World that support its existence. That's where Jurassic Park the game comes in. The name of the volcano in Fallen Kingdom, Mount Sibo, comes directly from this 2011 release. Here, we can observe the large geothermal power plants that our characters traverse through, and even witness the vast amounts of lava that Hammond took advantage of on the island. All of this predates Fallen Kingdom by 7 years. 21 years if we're talking about Sorna. Many of you may be surprised to hear that this story was directly lifted from not one, but two of the earliest sequels to that initial movie, 1994's Jurassic Park Arcade and 1995's The Chaos Continues to be exact. The inconvenient truth is that Isla Sorna was never going to be a safe place to transport the last of the dinosaurs. If it was, the biggest question I'd personally have would be this. If you're so worried about the dinosaurs dying from an erupting volcano, why would you transport the dinosaurs from one volcanic island to another? One that you've already established in the film canon as being volcanic. That doesn't sound like the greatest plan in the world to me. And like I said, this is without even taking into account any of the Dinosaur Protection Group information or any other source of material outside of the 5 films as far as Site B goes. And that's the real reason Benjamin Lockwood couldn't consider Sorna as a safe place for bringing these animals. Well, I mean, technically he could, but that wouldn't make much sense. That's kind of like putting a band-aid on a cut that needs stitches. Where do you take them after Site B starts to blow up? Now, before I go, I want to thank my game wardens, as well as all of my InGen executives. I'd also like to thank all of my park workers and InGen hunters as well. Guys, it seriously means the world to me that you guys enjoy what I do so much, and I can't say thank you enough for all of the help that you've given me. Now, I'd like to thank you all for watching this video, and hope that you all enjoy today's content. If you feel like I deserve it, I'd appreciate the like, and hope that you'll consider subscribing if you're interested in hearing from me again. I'll see you all in the next video, guys, and as always, take it easy.